Are you ever in a position where you're confused about what God's wanting you to do and you're paying attention to circumstances? This video is for you. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna vlog today, but I'm gonna try this thing where I'm not really talking about my life. I'm really more talking about this topic, hearing God and circumstances. A lot of people think that we hear God through open doors. I don't believe that. The problem is we desperately want to know that we are hearing God, that we are on the right path. And many of us don't really believe we can hear God, or we don't really know how to hear God. And so, well, what do we have to look to? What's the easiest thing around us? Our circumstances. We can see, wow, this person called me, and said they would offer me a job right after I asked God, am I supposed to get a new job? And that certainly has to mean something, right? But does it mean enough to say that was God? I'm supposed to take that job? I think we have to think about this carefully, because if we're going to say that open door was God, we need to know for a fact that it actually was God, or we might actually be making a mistake. You see yourself?
Yeah.
Go outside.
And we can't even go sledding!
Let's see if these fit.
Mom, your problem. I
All right, let's go to the car.
Hat, Bobby?
know.
No, to the car.
Get your journals, boys.
All right, time to get out, buddy.
Dad, what?
Well, I got it for his feet.
The main reason open doors are problematic is because who's to say that Satan's not opening that door? Who's to say that it isn't God? Or maybe that it is God, but he's testing you. When you look at the Bible, there's all kinds of instances where circumstances didn't really tell the story. As a matter of fact, more often than not, the circumstances seem to oppose what God was saying. Like, think of Israel coming up to the Red Sea. That's a closed door. And, if they were to look at those circumstances with their eyes, they would say, this isn't the way. This isn't working. They had to commit to follow the Lord up to the Red Sea. And we know that it opened, but for them, they didn't know that. They just, honestly, it was walking right into a trap from their perspective. So the problem is open doors don't tell us very much, and they might not even tell us anything. I think God can speak through circumstances, but not through circumstances alone. All right, dude, we gotta get in the car.
But I know that I walk with God, but not sitting.
It's been a long process for me and a lot of praying. You see, God's leading doesn't come through circumstances. It comes through his voice, through his leading, through his directing by his Spirit. And just because we don't know how to, just because it's dangerous, circumstances might make us feel better about something, but we shouldn't take any comfort from circumstances, because it's basically superstition to say I'm gonna believe that an open door or something working out is God. It's not any indication that it's God at all. And for many people out there that don't know how to hear God, this becomes one of the chief ways that they sense God's leading on their life, and it's dangerous. Another example is when the Gibeonites, when the Israelites had first come into the land, the Gibeonites they came dressed up, acting like they had come from a far off country, and said, this is rung true in my life. And my encouragement to you is, if you want to know God's will for your life, fully surrender to him and learn how to hear his voice, learn how to trust him. And I've got videos that I want to teach you how to do that. There's a video here on hearing God. And then my new course is also on knowing God's will. So check those out and learn how to hear God's voice, and don't fall for circumstances being your guide. Let the Spirit be your guide.